So the Capcom Fighting Collection 2 was released a couple of weeks ago, and it is a stellar collection. The two big games are obviously the Capcom vs. SNK games, but also both Power Stone games are included, Project Justice, and then there's Plasma Sword. There's Capcom Fighting Evolution, which is certainly a fighting game. And then there's Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper or Zero 3 Upper if you live in Japan. And this got me thinking. The last few years, Capcom have been absolutely phenomenal in terms of releasing fighting game collections. There was the Capcom Fighting Collection, which came out back in 2021, I believe, which I still call the Darkstalkers Collection. And then there's the excellent Marvel vs. Capcom Fighting Collection, which Capcom have made even better with subsequent updates. And then you have the most recent Capcom Fighting Collection 2. And Capcom even stated that they want all of their games to be available on modern systems. And I think that is a wonderful thing. So Capcom have really been phenomenal lately of releasing these collections. Obviously, there's a bit of copyright issues, particularly with like Marvel. But as I mentioned, Capcom are making an effort, and they are currently my favorite developers in the world right now. Which is funny because I had a lot of quarrels with Capcom not so long ago. Really, ever since like Resident Evil Village, Capcom has been phenomenal. Or really, I guess you could say since Resident Evil 2 Remake, but I digress. And that got me thinking, why don't other developers make fighting game collections? Like if NetherRealms was to release like a Mortal Kombat collection, they did on the PS3, it was called the Mortal Kombat Arcade Collection. But why don't they release a modern version of that now? Like, if NetherRealms now was to release a collection with Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, Ultimate MK3, and then maybe like Mortal Kombat Trilogy, of course, different versions of that game have different balancing, so that'd be a little iffy. And maybe even like Mortal Kombat 4, like the arcade version. And you can include like an art gallery, behind the scenes stuff, rollback netcode for all those games, so you can see how ridiculous Melina is in Mortal Kombat 2. But I think that stuff would be really, really fun though. And then maybe you could have like Mortal Kombat 4 Gold. I think that'd be cool. To be honest, I think if NetherRealms just released Mortal Kombat 9 again, people would absolutely play it. Take Freddy Krueger out if you have to, for copyright stuff. But also, if like Bandai Namco was to release a Tekken collection, which people have been asking for that for years anyway. I mean, obviously Tekken spans across multiple systems, so like there's PS1, PS2, PS3. But if the first collection was to have like Tekken 1, 2, and 3, and maybe Tekken Tag 1, that'd be great. And then collection 2 has like 4, 5 Dark Retribution, 6, that'd be cool. And then the other one has like, you know, Tekken Tag 2 maybe. Maybe the second collection has that. I think that'd be great. I don't know why, but Bandai Namco acts like nobody would care about it. So it's just, why don't we have more fighting game collections? Why is it just Capcom that's going out of the way to do stuff like this? You absolutely could put the arcade Mortal Kombat games in a collection together. Absolutely you could. I don't know what you do about Mortal Kombat Trilogy, because as I mentioned earlier, different versions have like different balancing. I'm looking at you, Noob Saibot. And Bandai Namco easily could do the same thing with their Tekken games. And obviously, it might be a little bit more complicated because there's PS2 and PS3 games involved. But absolutely, they could manage to do it. And I just don't understand why like other companies are just like, no, we're not going to release collections. Capcom is a prime example of how fantastic these collections would be. And yeah, there's a lot of interest in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's been that way for a long time, especially with the free MVC2 movement that was popular in 2021. And truthfully, before and afterwards. But with like Tekken, they don't really have to worry about copyright stuff. I mean, yeah, maybe the Snoop Dogg stage in Tekken 6 or something. But especially for NetherRealms, I could release a collection like that too. And I understand maybe not a lot of people would be interested in playing Mortal Kombat 3 competitively, but I think it would be cool just to have the ability to play those games. But maybe that's a little too much to ask for, I guess.